We are hopping right back into this.
Christmas special or Xmas. This is what I'm calling it. It may not even be Christmas anymore, but it's Xmas. This is what it is. This is what we're doing. And if you're just joining us for the playthrough, welcome back, or welcome to the playthrough, actually. And if you are returning, welcome back. Outside of Christmas, it is what it is. You're just gonna have to watch and deal with the festive themes of space combat and destruction. Maybe not right away. It may not be in this episode. I can't guarantee anything. It just depends where in the missions and kind of how lucky we are. Looks like we do have 161,000 credits now that we have accrued from our missions we completed the last episode. If we look here, this looks like it's a wharf. So we can buy ships, potentially. We could buy a miner, maybe. We still really don't have enough money. Not realistically. So we're gonna try and get a little bit of spare cash, and this is where our extra looting hopefully comes in. We're gonna remove that order. She's gonna stop. Let's go ahead and have her dock our ship. And we can worry about doing upgrades and all that jazz later. Our first priority is definitely going to be to get a mining ship. So let's go ahead and get docked here. Yep. So what I'm looking at... I think it's Control I? No, Shift I? Shift I. Alright, so we have a lot of value in our inventory right now. This damaged singularity engine, these programmable field arrays, this is all worth money. We do have some illegal items, probably this. Because this is a Xenon CPU. So it's banned tech, contraband, aka stuff that will get you arrested or accosted by the police. Bad things will happen. Time compression technology, yep. Yeah, we do not have the research facility, as the tooltip there says.
Xenon was tough, huh? So I recommend bumping your engines up a tier.
That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a shop. Maybe a bar.
Don't forget to stock up on deployables. Satellites, nav beacons,
Something with an
mines.
inventory guide that will buy items. It's been a while, so bear with me on... We also don't have our teleporting and stuff like that, so this is also slower than it will be in the future. Yeah, I think we go to the elevator, we can go to the shops. Buy a standard satellite if we don't have one. We do have one.
Hello.
I think shift. Nope. How do I exit that, guy? It's like right in my face. Can't even click stuff. Let's go on the map. That'll let me click it. There we go. That was frustrating. Alright, so we have the workshop. Trader's Corner is what we want to hit. Yeah, so we could craft here. Right, so you can make... stuff... Potentially, you can combine things like spacefly eggs. Like, what you make is this top line. These are the raw material requirements. This is the value of them, and then the value of the thing you make. So, we almost could make neural stimulants and all that jazz or whatnot, but we just don't have enough loot. Needles. Yeah, if we buy a needle, we would actually be able to make something worth quite a bit.
Here you go.
So let's look to see if he sells needles. He does have one needle. We're actually going to buy that. So
Good luck out there.
This is going to be a little crafting tutorial too for everyone. Go figure. I was not expecting to make an item. So there we have a first aid kit. And let's see if he'll actually buy these back from us. All right, so where was that? Right here. Yep. So he'll actually buy that. So we just made like basically 10,000 doing that. Yeah, so everything that we have stockpile on, we're gonna sell. I really don't care about keeping or storing loot. We're gonna kill so many ships later on. It'll be fine. Bandages, it's like we'll loot more. So we'll get a pretty hefty sum from that.
Here you go.
So that's pretty good. Honestly, I might buy those are expensive. They're worth getting though. Especially the thrusters for your spacesuit, but we are not going to do that. We're actually going
Good
to
luck
invest
out
this
there.
money. We're going to be smart and invest our money. So let's go to our ship. All right, so we're actually going to start
Sir?
expanding the strategic incompetence faction, and we're going to do that from the map. So we're going to go over here to this wharf we discovered. We're going to right click it. Oh, sorry. We're going to click it, left click, then right click it. You got to be careful. You got to left click, then right click to get to the buy ships for some reason. Anyway, we're going to buy small miners. So this Copus, you can do this with any faction in your starting zone if you choose any of the other starts. And minimum equipment, right, is what we want. Travel engines, our movement speed, combat engines are let me correct this. Sorry. Travel engines are your top end speed when doing flight. Like if you're going to use your shift F1, like go into that warp drive mode, travel engines are better. If you're doing maneuvers in local space without going into the boost mode, you want combat engines. If you want a mix of both, those are typically your all-rounders. All engines from all different factions have different stats, and you can mix and match them on your ships later on. That'll be very, very important for what we do. Right now, because we're not actually going to fly with these, and it's going to be very important about how fast they move and how cheap these are. We either want travel or the all-rounder. Preferably travel, but we're going to make these as cheap as we can for this first one.
Requesting permission to dock.
You can see your stats here. This will give you kind of an example. Or maybe it won't. Maybe this does not have all the yaw stats available to see anymore. That's weird. Alright, so we're just going to go with the cheaper options for now. Shield generator isn't necessary, but we're probably going to want to put it on. But we're going to get a first tier mining laser, basic shield generator, light assist, basic long range scanner, basic scanner. These not on this ship. Docking computer is going to help with transaction speed. This may be worth it. But we're just not going to, we want to stay under 250,000 if we can. So we're going to get a basic docking computer for this. And then we just want a pilot. And then if we can afford it, we're going to get at least one service crew. And then paint. We only have one paint. We haven't earned anything. We'll dive into that hopefully later, and it's not disabled anymore. Loadouts. So we're going to call this Terran Min Reset. And we'll save that, so now I can just build 1,000,000 of these. We're going to go ahead and bump our queue of these up to 2 if we can. Oh, I don't have enough. I would need, what, 220 to make another one? Hold up. What did I spend money on? I can get away with. Get rid of that. It's still 240, so that's 480. Software. Maybe 260. Weapons. I have to have that. Maybe no shield generator. 230 is still too much. We might as well just get what I was gonna make. And we'll bump up the service crew. That way it's a little bit better and we'll train more. We're gonna train more pilots and crewmen doing this. We'll just have to get one. Hopefully it doesn't die. So we'll go ahead and confirm that. So we got our first miner. Now, purple means there's gas and ore in this sector. Red is just ore. And blue is gas. We do not have a gas miner. We have a regular ore miner. That is what the mineral stands for. So what we can do is go to our property own. Go to this Copus here. You can select mine and give it a mining job through here. The other thing you can do is do it through the info panel and go to behavior. You want to have local auto mine. Right? And then you select a where. We're probably going to say that that's regular ore. We don't have any... what is this? Asteroid belt. Okay. So we're going to go with the asteroid belt. And leave it at ore, but I don't even know if they have ore in here because we have not set down any kind of satellites or anything to do any actual searching. So you'll see our guy here launch and fly off. That's his, you'll see the order chain right there. So he is activating, he's going, he's in a completely different sector than us. So we now have a pilot, two support pilots, engineers that'll repair his ship while he's flying and get better at doing that so we can pull them to bigger freighters and things like that if they don't die. What we're gonna do, right, while he's mining, is we're actually probably gonna do an upgrade on our ship. Honestly, the shield generators would be pretty nice. Consumables though, we're gonna sell all these missiles we've looted. So this is actually adding money to us. Friend foe mines, we're not gonna need those. Resource probes, that's what I was talking about. Satellites, we probably need to get more than just a few. These are fairly expensive though, and we only had 4, so we'll buy 6. And then flares with AI pilots could save us, so we'll go ahead and get a set of that. We're not going to worry about advanced satellites yet. We're not there in life. Crew. We're going to buy 2 service crew.
Requesting permission to dock.
Software. We've got a little bit of leeway with money, so we're going to buy a docking computer. It would be better to have like a police scanner or a long-range scanner. But this is just a fighter. We're going to upgrade this ship eventually too. Funding-wise, we do have enough to upgrade our weapons and or our shield. I'm going to go ahead and get the better shield. And they want us to upgrade our engines. I would really want this. But those are expensive. So we're going to go ahead and get an all-around. I think that's going to give better stats. Yeah, so our travel speed will be higher. Our boost, 188 for base speed. This is 180, but this has higher boost. and lower travel speed than both. Way cheaper. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead with the all around. No, no, no. Yeah, let's just be fast. So we're gonna go with 217. We'll add this to the shopping list. So it comes out, we're still positive. So we'll get upgraded here. Yep. So then once it's to undock, after we do that, you don't have to upgrade, but we are. And then we're gonna undock and fly out to space. And then there's a defense platform here, but we would prefer there being a place to sell materials at. So we are looking for like an ore refinery.
The ship will be undocking soon.
Looks like they buy metallic microlattice, but not ores. We'll see if they auto sell anywhere. All right,
Okri.
she should be ready, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed. Yeah, so the small little ship, we do have 2 crew members. They're probably just like in the rafters.
All
I don't
set?
know.
Let's pay the
I don't know where they're
outpost
actually at.
and see what Mission Command has in store for us.
But what we're gonna do that I forgot to do, we're gonna click on our guy here. We're gonna go to info, go to our crew. So we're gonna actually convert one of these crew members to a Marine. And we want to make sure we get that done. Julie Chopra, and then Marissa Peterson.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
Those are our people now. Alright, so we got a report for duty. And we're going to go back to that military outpost with our upgrades. But we do have our first miner going right now. Looks like there's ice in this sector. Probably ore if he's actually going somewhere. And we'll pass through this sector next so we can actually watch him for a second, I think. Yeah, so there's a resource probe over here. It looks like we're piggybacking off of automatically. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Once we go into here, I'm actually going to take a detour for a second. And we'll just drop a probe in the middle between these gates. As our team heads that way. Alright, so we hop through.
Entering asteroid
And
belt.
get a look at our ship. Go ahead and F2. Let's cancel our route. Hold up. We can right click the order here to do it. So we'll stop right here. We're gonna go ahead and deploy a resource probe. We're gonna do it closer to the ore up there though. This will just give us civilian info on what's going on. And then while this is happening, see if I can select it. Maybe too far out. I just don't remember the selection criteria. Anyway, we're probably about to launch because we slowed down. Did we launch one? Just taking our time launching. Yeah, there it goes. So we're launching a probe. So that'll launch.
Resource probe.
You see helium, hydrogen, ice, methane, and Vidium here. Not actually seeing any ore. So let's go check out our miner. I'm actually curious if she's actually doing anything, or he. I don't know who the pilot was actually. Let's we're gonna follow. So let's just watch them. And I think we need to have them mining ice, not ore, but let's check their info panel, see if they have any inventory. Doesn't look like it. I don't imagine that's working. So let's go ahead and switch them over to ice, which we do know is in this sector. So auto mine ice. And we can see our ship here.
Copus. Mineral.
So this is our little vessel. Looks like he's searching for trades right now. Pretty cool. And we're going to return to our ship and cancel the order to follow. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and remove that order. I don't know if we'll mine right away, right? But we at least have the ship. If it does happen to start doing ice mining, we'll make money and we'll see that in the logs. So we'll give our command, our captain here, the order, and we're gonna move on. Oh yeah, we're booking it a little bit faster, I hope. Yeah, with our advanced engines and shields. So we have more shield, we're a little bit faster. Gives us a lot more survivability and should allow our pilot to aim a little better. Not that she really needed it. She actually did fairly well. Like, she's already a 1-star pilot from no star. I looked at the footage actually. I did check on her. And she does have 2 morale, so she's okay for a newbie.
Hyperion Gravidar signature acquired. Back on track.
Alright, so we got a...
And there she is, again. She should have been decommissioned and abandoned after all that time, but apparently not.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's go ahead. Remove this. What do we got going on?
Is she trying to shake me off? Not happening. I'm staying right on her tail.
Let's go ahead and follow. Something's happening over here. I think it's probably Xenon. But who knows? It's a little bit sketchy to get pulled away from the defense area. But what can you do? There's a Stargate in this direction as well. They may be running to a different system. So yeah, this is ore as well. That's the symbol for the ore. Look. I think our wingmate left us too. So we're alone. Heading towards an unknown ship and an unknown Stargate. There's ice, rocks everywhere. This is a mess. And that ship is flying behind. Looks like there's Antigone Republic Argon stuff in the area. Alright, we'll go ahead and
Hello
calm
there.
them.
Konnichiwa. Of course. That's the whole point. Name's Myrna Ray. I'm a hands-on historian. I'm casting for posterity. Well, I'm on the heels of an old ship prototype that shouldn't exist. I feel everyone should know about it. Oh, so you did listen in on my casts. Yes, the Hyperion, an old Paranid prototype from long ago. It took me ages to track it down. Yes, thank you. Except that it's still active. Someone or something is commanding it. I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, we don't even have a medium ship.
No,
There's no
not
way
really.
I'm doing...
Well, kind of, maybe, possibly. Listen, okay, yes, I need assistance. Will you help me?
I'm
Fair
busy
enough.
right now.
I guess I'll manage. But please do contact me if you change your mind.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. That seems like a... Yep, that is a trap. We need to leave. They're definitely coming for us. We need to get out of here. That's an N and some other combat equipment there. Like, maybe 2 Ns in that strike group. Looks like they are chasing us, too. Oh no, they went through the portal. Through the gate. Let's see the mission log. What's our mission manager? Yeah, we're gonna set wartime economics as our mission. Trailing the Hyperion. We can do that later when we have better ships. I'm gonna finish this. Actually, I'm gonna cut this out and we'll start again at once I arrive there.
Thanks again for watching, and Merry Xmas.